Hey guys, we're back here again. You see I've opened up my space here. It's just the bare table with all its blemishes and everything all over it. Because I needed a little extra space. Didn't have enough space out here for a playmat or anything, or at least one that would fill the entire screen, so I just removed it. Because we've got a really big product here today, or bigger than usual. Usually I do deck boxes and sleeves and stuff like that. But this is a bit bigger from a well-known brand, BCW. I'm sure you've heard of them at this point. I've done plenty of their product reviews up until now. This thing I was very interested in because a lot of the stuff that I've done here, or at least a few of them, have been larger storage bins or storage cases, something you would normally keep at home that would store, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 cards in them. This is a product that I saw some time ago. Let me just bring it out here, keep y'all waiting. This is a product that I saw some time ago on their website, and I was like, oh wow, look at that thing. This is a 32 count card bin. And as you can see here, very, very nice looking. It is yellow. This is the actual yellow variant. They just were like, hey, we got yellow ones. I'm like, all right, fine. So we got the yellow variant of this thing here. But as you can see, it is a hard plastic storage bin. Now, if this is anything like some of the slotters and card organizers that I've purchased from them in the past, the plastic in this particular product should be nice, thick, and sturdy. If, prior experience continues to hold up here. So yeah, we're going to take a look at this thing. We're going to see if it's worth your money, because this thing is not cheap. For 3,200 card bin, I believe this thing is going for about $45 right now, which is actually not bad, because again, this is a hard plastic. It's not any sort of cardboard or anything like that. The cardboard ones are pretty cheap. You can usually get them for about $8 to $15, depending on where you get them from. But this one, much sturdier, and of course it's got the little displays there in the front. So let me flip this thing over real quick, and we'll go over all the little details here. Sorry for the reflection there, but what it basically says is stores 3,200 loose cards, rigid and acid free, 4 partitions. And then additional partitions can be purchased separately. It says identification slots. Oh, that's actually really nice. Yeah, that's the things we have right there. Made for stacking. So if you buy multiples of these, you can stack them pretty easily. Secure sliding locks, which are these little things right here, and we'll go over those again. Holds sleeved cards, top loaders, and magnetics. So it does have some thickness there to it. And of course, we're going to test that out. I do have some top loaders, and I've got a magnet holder around here somewhere. But let's go ahead and open this thing up. And again, this is $45, so it's not cheap. Wow, this is very yellow. Let me slide this sucker out here. Okay, which way is up? Sorry. Come on. Toss the box. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, this thing is very yellow. Oh, look, it's got some little locking slides here too. Okay, that's actually really, really good. I thought these just kind of held loose. Okay, so we do have some little locking tabs, right? I guess we undo that. Yeah. So undo that, and these should fold right open. And again, let me take a quick feel on the plastic here. It's going to get a little noisy. Lots of moving parts here. Okay, the plastic... Ooh, okay. That's what I was looking for here. There's some bend there. Look at that. I'm sure you could see that on camera. That is very noticeable. Because on some of the other products that I've tested from them, the plastic that they used was a very strong, very rigid plastic that had almost no give. This bends a lot more than some of the other ones. Let me go ahead and let me grab the product here that I'm talking about. Here we are.
2 hours later.
Okay, this is one of the sorting trays that I've purchased from them before in the past. And when I bought these, I bought, I think, like 36 of these. I bought a bunch of them because I use them all the time. And this I've had for a number of years. So let me compare the plastics. I remember this being stiffer, although when I have to compare them, this does have a little give. If I have to compare the plastic... actually about the same. Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I remember these being much sturdier, but now that I have it here in my hand again, okay, yeah. These actually aren't as stiff as I remember, which isn't necessarily bad, because I still like these. These, like I said, I use these things every single day when I'm sorting cards and stuff. And I've had them, I think I purchased these almost 5 years ago now. Something like that. It's been a while since I bought these. I bought these before COVID, I'll just say that. So it's definitely been a while. And these have held up just fine with, mass usage. So I guess the plastic here is going to be just fine. Like I said, though, it does have that kind of flex to it. This side, I imagine, is the same thing. Yeah, okay. So let's turn this sideways. Actually, let's do this first. Let me see if I can spin this around. We'll open this up. There we are. As you can see, the interior. And these are supposed to be able to fold under. Okay, there we go. Okay, I knew there was supposed to be like a little slot or something where these fold under like that. Okay, just have to find it. There we go. Okay, so it does have a little slot there, so it can sit relatively flat, just to kind of give you an idea of how that looks. I know it's kind of close to the camera, but as you can see, it's pretty flush there on both sides, so that's actually good. And then, of course, we've got our little areas in the front here. Do these actually... Oh, wow, we actually get some top loaders. Look, they came with top loaders. Okay, that's actually nice. Thank you for including the top loaders. I know there's only 4 of them, but at least they were nice enough to give the top loaders to us. So you do get 4 top loaders with this. Okay. And then this is the overall box right here. I guess that doesn't really matter at this point. We do have some dividers. Let's pull these out. Let's check flexibility. Okay, these feel nice and stiff. Yeah, these, I guess, obviously, when the plastic is a little more dense, when it's smaller, more compact like this, it just feels stiffer. And this definitely feels stiffer here. Let's see. How does that go in? Okay, just like that. Okay. And these all do the same thing. Very nice. Okay. The color, yeah, like I said, they just had yellow, and this was like, this is what we got. Okay, I'll take the yellow. So I guess what we could do is let's start testing here. Let me grab some top loaders, because that's what it said it liked to hold. All right, just get some regular old top loaders here. These are not BCW top loaders, by the way. Just kind of put that out there. As you can see here, they fit in there just fine. Plenty of wiggle room. No issues there at all. So regular standard size top loaders, the regular 3x4s. It doesn't really matter on the thickness, just how wide and what they are. These fit in there just fine. Let's grab, where is my, I know I have a magnet holder. Here we go. I knew I had one. Okay, regular old standard magnet holder here. These fit in perfectly fine. Again, plenty of room. They're not too tall, as you can see. They do sit flush with the top. So yeah, these would fit in here just fine. So again, magnet holders are perfectly fine. Some of you may be thinking, well, what about graded cards? Graded cards, I can tell you right off the bat, are just going to be way too tall. So you won't be able to close it if you put a graded card in here. But will it actually still fit one? Let me see if I can find... Let's see. Oh, we got another magnet holder here. Yeah, okay, so we'll put the magnet holder right there. And now we've got a PSA card right here. Will it actually fit in? It will not. No. PSA will not fit in there. I'm able to kind of get it to squeeze in, but it's a very uncomfortable... Yeah, you don't want to force this. Yeah, even if I take this little plastic sleeve off, I don't really think it'll matter, but I'll do it anyway. I'll take the sleeve off here. Okay, so we've got just the bare slab. Yeah, that's uncomfortable. As you can see, it doesn't go in on its own. Yeah, you don't want to force these in, so PSA, that's a no-go on that. And then we've got our SGCs, which are even wider, and that's definitely not going to... Yeah, it's not going to slide. You can... like that, but kind of defeats the purpose. I guess if you were just using it as kind of a basic storage bin and you didn't close it, you could technically do that. It's not an elegant solution, but it's there. So yeah, basically, graded cards are not going to fit in this thing, and it says that on the packaging. So we'll I'm not counting off against BCW for that. Let me see. Let's put some regular old cards in here. Let's grab our commander deck. There we go. So we've got 100 cards here. Let me see if I can move this up so y'all can see it a little bit better. In fact, let me do this. Let me pull that out. We'll slot you right in here. Like that. And put our cards in. Just like that. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, fits in there just fine. So just to give you an idea, you do got plenty of room there if you're going to be sticking in sleeved cards like that. And if, of course, if you've got loose cards, let me grab a Lorcana card, you're definitely going to have plenty of room there. It's going to bounce around quite a bit, as you can see. That's kind of the measurement that you're seeing there. So they are going to bounce around quite a bit if you're doing just loose cards. I would say, based on what I'm seeing here, that this sort of storage bin, again, you could use it for sleeved cards, but I think this really excels when it comes to things like magnet holders and top loaders, because it's a much snugger fit, and you could fit a ton of these in here. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing with this, is I've got, no joke, probably like 200 or 300 magnet holdered cards that are all sealed up like this with the little plastic sleeves on them. I think this is what I'm going to use to store them, because right now I have them just in regular cardboard boxes, and I'm not really happy with that. But I think that's what I'm going to use this for. So yeah, pretty nice. And then of course you've got the option, just to kind of say that I showed you all this. Let me grab the top loader here, slide in our card. There. Let me take this commander deck out of here real quick. There we are. Too many cards. I gotta say, I definitely have a nice appreciation for commander players, because I could not haul around a whole bunch of 100 card decks. It would drive me nuts. So, put you over here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and tip this up. And that's the way it looks. Again, I'm getting a little close to my camera here. But yeah, that's the way it looks right there from the front. One last thing we're going to go ahead and do is let's go ahead and show you the bottom of this thing, so I can say that we've shown everything there is to show. Let me put this back in here, and we'll close this up. I'll probably open these flaps here again just so I can see that we thoroughly tested this. Okay, so again, you have your little locking mechanisms here at the top and the bottom. Let's go ahead and lock these. And they do have a little snap there. Very audible snap. Nice. So it lets you know that it is closed. Now, it does still kind of move a little bit, but the flap isn't going to just go flying open, so that's a good thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip this thing over like this. And that's what the bottom looks like right here. You've got these little kind of plastic nodules, which I guess if you wanted to, I know those have those little rubberized feet that have the like kind of sticky backing to them, and you could actually put them in there if you didn't want this just kind of grinding on a desk or something. You could put those little hard plastic or soft plastic little footies in here, and it should be able to hold them up just fine. But of course, if you do that, keep in mind, this product is meant to be stackable. So if you do put the little feet there and you try to stack later, you're going to have some problems. So if you put the little feet on there, just make sure you want to leave them there, because otherwise you're going to have to take them off later if you wanted to stack additional versions of this product. But that right here is what the bottom looks like. Again, nice and sturdy. I'm not sure how clear you can see that, but it does say BCW right there. Okay, pretty nice. And I guess what I want to do is kind of show y'all how this flap locks into the bottom. I feel like I'm doing a product demonstration now. I don't work for BCW. I assure you I do not. Although BCW, if you want to send me more product, by all means, I will gladly accept it. All right, so in fact, let me show you this. You see these little nodules right here? Right here at the top and the bottom? These right here. This is where the little footies slide into, and that's where it kind of locks it into place. So we flip it over here again. Oops, there goes the top loaders. That's a bad sign of me trying to show you this. But as you can see, that's where these little nodules are right here and right here. And they slide right in to that, just like that. Now, it doesn't snap into place. You can just pull it right back up, but that's where it's kind of meant to sort of semi-lock into place, just like that. And there you go. That's how they sit. And then, of course, if you leave them open, they would just sit on the desk, and this would kind of be the feet, so to speak. But yeah, that's how they would work. Oh, it's getting loud in here again. Let me slide this back up. But yeah, I think that's about as much testing as we really need to do with this thing as far as I can see. Would I recommend this product? I will say this about these hard plastic BCW products. Like I said, this is not BCW speaking. They are not a sponsor at all. When I purchased these, I did have some reservations because they were a little expensive, but they have definitely paid for themselves. I thought about getting one of those kind of thin, crappy plastic trays, but these, absolutely worth it. In my opinion, they were worth the money because, again, these things have lasted me forever. They're 5 years old. They got a little wear and tear, as you can see. But yeah, they've lasted a pretty long time. If they last another 5 years, that's just that much more value I'll get into it. So for this, I think it was worth it. For this particular product, again, I think it's going to be worth it. I really can't see any sort of real hard downsides. Now, of course, it is possible that the hinges, these little hinges that you see here, give out over time, but that's, I guess, something that you'll really only have to worry about if you're constantly opening and closing these things. Like if maybe you use this as a storage medium and you travel with it. Maybe you go to different card shows. Maybe you're, a vendor that's always opening up your boxes and be like, oh, here we go, let's set it up and do that. And you're doing that time and time and time again. I imagine they would probably wear out after a number of years, but who's to say exactly how long that's gonna take? It could take 10 years for all we know, because like I said, these products, they feel really good. They feel sturdy enough. They're not cheap. Like I said, $45 at time of filming. It's really going to be up to you if you think if it's worth the value. I think it is, especially if you're a more serious collector that definitely wants to store your cards in something that's a little sturdier, that should hopefully stand the test of time. And of course, if this is something that you're just going to be using at home and not traveling with it, this thing is going to last you forever. It's not like a cardboard box that eventually is going to absorb a bunch of moisture and maybe start to weaken over the years. And I have had that happen. I actually had a cardboard box for cards, a larger one, and no joke, I had it since I was like 13 years old. I finally threw it out probably about 10 years ago, but it did last. But the reason I got rid of it because it started soaking up moisture. It was just getting flimsy. The cardboard was just wearing out. I had moved it a few times and it had traveled with me a little bit, so it wore out. This, I don't see that happening to at all. So I would say if you're in the market for this kind of thing, I think it's worth the $45. I really do. And if you're a hardcore card collector and you want something sort of like this that's very stackable and you can kind of put them in the closet or whatever you want to do with them, I would say it's worth it. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. An affiliate link for this particular product is going to be down in the description. Again, if you click that link, I do get a kickback if you purchase anything through it, which is very much appreciated. Again, this was sent over to me for free by BCW. So yeah, no sort of relationship with them other than the fact that I just review their products. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video, guys. Like, subscribe, all that other good YouTuber stuff. We'll see you next time.